go. So thanks for doing this.
I'll take any pronunciation of Capri. Capri, I like
Capri.
Yeah.
I had a Capri salad recently.
Yeah, see, there we go.
Yeah, that was fantastic.
As long as you say Capri first.
Capri first. Okay. Is that a huge pet peeve?
Actually, I've started to just, love it because it is a family name.
Okay.
For a long time, it was a pet peeve. Now I'm like, I'll just take it. I'm Cherry. Cherry. That's my family's name. So.
I love it. That's a cool name.
Yeah, thank you.
What's your favorite type of cherry?
Oh, yeah.
Awesome. So you just started a real estate team?
Yes. Started a real estate team. Decided to go out on my own after being with some top producing teams. But I felt like I wanted to make something that I did not see. Okay. And so that is what made me decide to create the team.
Okay. What were some of the points within your career where you're like, I can do this. I can do this by myself. I don't need this giant entity behind me.
Well, a lot of it had to do with just seeing how people led. And I don't want to lead as a tyrant. I want to lead as a partner. And, I want to help grow people while I'm growing. And not only that, just not treating people as a number.
Okay.
Everyone has their own dreams. Everyone has their aspirations. It's not always about numbers and, all of that. It's encompassing the entire person. So just seeing that and being on the bad end of that, for a long time, I decided I just wanted to do something new. And having to train and put all of my energy into people, and then they say, you do as I say. You have no input.
Yeah.
Why not just do my own thing where I can cultivate the people and cultivate leaders, not followers?
Yeah, that's pretty interesting because there's two different styles in this industry. A lot of the big producing teams have Kim Jong-un at the forefront, and then everyone's just following and whatever they say goes. And then you have a little bit more of a Bernie Sanders type leadership where it's TBH though, the Kim Jong-un dictator role seems to be more successful and yield higher results than
Absolutely.
more of a structural social dynamic.
Yeah.
But then quality of life versus production, I feel is huge.
I agree.
Quality of life is so big. I think I don't run a tight ship. It's very loosey-goosey for my team.
Mm-hmm.
But I do have standards, and I'm not Kim Jong-un. I'm very my team and my culture before anything else.
Absolutely.
I will not hire lenders on my team unless my team accepts them onto the team, right? So if we just interviewed this one lady and within 5 seconds, I'm your production probably is going to be there, but your culture and your attitude isn't going to fit. And the way you're going to treat my staff is not going to work for me.
Exactly.
Right.
So I get you. We get each other.
I gotcha. Yeah. So what is your vision going forward?
Well, we have a lot of things in the works. So the ladies that joined me, they understood the mission, and we were building this from the ground up. So the mission is to get some market share, compete with these top competitors in the area, but also we're doing a show. So we're self-producing a reality show.
Okay.
Instead of waiting for someone else to see it in us, we know what we have, and we're going to put it out there to the world.
What's the name of the show?
It's called Selling Empire.
Selling Empire?
Because we're in the Inland Empire. So it's a double entendre, so to speak, because we're building an empire as well.
Let's go. All right. How many episodes do you have filmed?
We have one filmed right now, and we're working on getting 9.
Is it live on YouTube already?
Not yet.
Not yet? Okay.
We haven't released it yet. So, we're letting the world know we're putting little snippets out there, but we haven't released the full episode yet.
Oh, that's incredible. Yeah. Please let us know how we can help you with that.
Awesome. We sure will.
I have this vision. I'm going to create this show called Making Up a Loan Officer.
Oh.
It's just, there's only so many ways you can dramatize learning how to do math. Mathematics.
Right.
Half the show is going to be them getting rejected by realtors asking them for business.
There we go.
It's just, I'll figure out. James and I will work together to figure out how to make it entertaining. So that's awesome. And so did you join from the get-go? Were you a part of this big team and we're I'm going with you?
So I got my license at the end of last year, and I was with EXP. That is who I wanted to be brokeraged under.
Okay.
While that happened, she became my mentor.
Okay.
Because we get mentors under them when you're a new agent. And
Correct.
I let her know that I would love to be a part of her team. She told me it's new, it's just starting. I do want to let you know that. I'm like, yes.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Mm-hmm.
That even excited me more because, like she said, we get to be individuals. We get to be more creative. I can be creative into this, not just go with the top producers that stick to their daily, always same marketing. I want to be creative. She allowed that.
Okay. Now you mentioned marketing. Like, what are some of the ways that you're planning to market, and like outside of the show, which I think could be huge and really a game changer? That's really innovative. What other ways are you planning to leverage like media or marketing strategies to help build this team for you?
Definitely Google. Everyone goes to Google. So I'm really learning Google Analytics and Google Ads, getting out there that way, doing things like this, just getting our faces in front of people. And we're also going to be doing it's a spring cleaning event. So that's going to look like we're going to have people out doing shredding, doing donations. So we're going to do a lot of events in the community to reach out beyond all of the other things that we have coming up.
Well, that's incredible. You let us know whatever you need.
Okay, we sure will. We sure will.
We got your back.
Thank you.
And speaking of Google, my guys out there right now are setting up a new Google flow that we just created.
Nice.
Google's where it's at, right? Like
absolutely.
Everybody Googles.
Yeah.
I was with one of my realtor partners, and we were looking up Zillow zip codes, and like the Zillow zip codes for one lead were averaging between 500 and about 1,100 per live transfer. Wow. And I was like, Jesus. So like we were looking at certain zip codes that may have had like 7% market share for like $2,000 a month. And it was like, you're going to get 6 leads.
I know all about it.
I was like, God damn, dude. And
I know all about it.
I was a big Zillow spender. I was like $30,000 a month.
Whoa. Yeah, that's where I started out. When I first started the team, I'm like Zillow all the way. And
because you come from numbers. Zillow Flex.
Exactly. Yeah.
Now, if you have Zillow Flex, that's a different strategy. Because
it is. You're paying on the back end, but that hurts. But it's good for volume and getting in front of a lot of people without paying on that front end. Like you said, 6 leads for over $1,000.
Yeah.
So, you have to be really sharp and know how to convert if you're going to have those numbers. Yeah.
It's intense. Do you ever see yourself going that route?
I have.
Yeah.
And I can convert off of it, but it's just the long term. What does that look like? Because there may be months where you can't convert, and then that's a few thousand, and you have 6, 7, 8 leads, So it's something that we may put back in because it does work when it works. Yeah. So we'll see.
You just got to get to that point where you become a flex team.
Exactly. And that's the thing.
Ubiquity. You can do OpCity. OpCity does the same back-end structure.
Right. They do. Yeah. So we are plugged into OpCity as well.
Okay.
Our brokerage actually is a partner in some way. Yeah.
Okay. I love that. So they do that same 35%.
They do.
Split off the back end.
Yeah.
How do you feel like OpCity converts to Zillow?
I feel like Zillow is more consistent with flow, but as far as conversion, they're going to be about the same as far as percentage-wise. It's just a matter of getting enough leads into OpCity versus everyone goes to Zillow, everyone goes to Google. That's just where we are in the world right now.
Yeah, I was huge. I was like the biggest lender for one of the teams in San Diego.
Really?
And like we were killing it with like 30 racks on Zillow every month. And then I did a few teams here locally where we were big on Zillow. I was fucking tired of like every month the pressure of like 30 racks a month just going on my credit card.
Yeah.
But I got a bunch of free flights.
Yeah. Whoa.
Yeah. I got a ton of free flights.
Right. Yeah. I think we get each other in a lot more ways. I wasn't 30 racks in, but I was a couple racks in.
Yeah. This is crazy because like I know where you came from. I have the lowest point in my career working for that team.
How do you know? Oh, you just research?
No. Yeah, well.
Scroll. Like,
you
have to do a scroll a little
all
bit.
You got to do is go like this.
Yeah.
This is research.
No
shit. I had my nephew in here, and he's a realtor too. He's in his early 20s, and his friend's a realtor, early 20s. And we're going through like are they Gen Z or Gen Y? Gen Z. So I was like the Gen Z versus millennials. So they were teaching me K-pop, and I was teaching them stuff that we did. Mm-hmm. And I was like, when we had to research things or we had to learn something, we had to go to this giant building. And inside the building were these things called books.
Right. What's it called? A library?
Yeah, encyclopedias. Yeah. I was like, you would get a postcard with a number, and you would have to go like hunt for the book, like Nicolas Cage in National Treasure.
Hilarious. The way you explained it, but you have to. Yeah. But when I grew up, my mom was like, oh, you want to know what that is? Go to the encyclopedias. Mm-hmm. No Google, straight up encyclopedia.
Yeah. Well, now everything's at their fingertips.
Yeah.
Like, I'm so jealous.
Yeah.
I'm so jealous. We still had to do that. Did you have to do that?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm not allowed to ask
She
you
looks
your
young,
age.
but-
Yeah,
I
I'm
mean-
30, but
You're
yeah,
30, okay.
I grew up in the early 90s
Okay.
and the late 90s, so yeah, I still had to use the encyclopedia. And then by the early 2000s, internet was starting to
Internet.
blow up.
Yeah.
No, I'm a little jealous because I'm also in my early 30s and I look 70.
No, you
you're
don't.
You're gonna have to
Stop.
give. You have to give me your like.
No, yeah, but tell
Yeah.
me too. I'll
I
be
just
40
learned-
this year, so
You'll be
oh my
40?
gosh,
No.
yeah.
See,
You
look
just have
early
to say
30s.
that. That's sweet of you.
Yeah, no. I just discovered something called the sugar scrub.
I
It's-
love sugar
Oh my
scrubs.
god, look, my
Those
face
are
is so
good.
smooth.
No,
I'm
it
so
looks so
excited.
like look. You don't have any makeup on or anything.
Yeah.
It's just
I
nice,
know.
clear skin. Yeah.
No, this is just the Spanish conquistador blood just running through my face. Yeah.
I'm Spanish and native as well.
Oh, really?
Mhm.
Okay.
Nice.
Now, are you Latina?
I am Latina.
Okay. Now, when I saw tattoos on you, because I researched everything about
Oh,
you
yeah.
through Instagram.
Uh-huh.
I was like, oh, she gangster as fuck.
Oh yeah, so I grew up in New Mexico.
Oh, damn! Did you know Walter White?
No, I didn't go all the way that hood, but I'm from Santa Fe outdoors area. My mom and dad were pretty crazy.
Okay.
You know, 3 dots by on the
Describe
arm
crazy.
and tattoo. You know, cholas.
Cholos,
They
the
grew
3
up.
dots.
Yeah,
Teardrop.
teardrop, lowrider,
Latino. Drove
Latino.
a Monte Carlo.
64 Chevy.
64 Chevy Impala.
Close enough, right?
Yep. Let's go. Oh, I love
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Now
Listening
your
to
dad and I
oldies.
would be homies.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd call him Theo.
Right.
I just call him Jefe. I'm like, what's up, Jefe? What are you doing?
That's wild. So, is he first generation?
He is not first. So we're Hispanic. We're Spaniard and native.
Okay.
Came from New Mexico. On my mom's side, comes from Indiana, so we're a little Caucasian as well.
Okay.
That's why I'm a little bit more light skinned. And yeah, and then just growing up that lifestyle in the ranch, a little bit more old school.
Okay.
Definitely New Mexico's 5 years behind than California
Yeah.
in music, in culture, in fashion, in everything.
Wow.
So they're jamming Tyler Cool J right now.
Oh, they're still jamming Lil Rob and.
Oh, let's go.
Yeah.
Dude, you dropped
That's
some Lil
before my
Rob.
time. I'm just kidding. Y'all
No.
are younger than me.
No.
Just kidding.
Is Little Rob, man. Some Khalifa Thugs right
Oh
now.
my
Some
God.
Brownside.
Oh,
Yeah,
shoot.
for real. Yeah, SPM. Okay, so SPM was my biggest thing. I still listen to him every once in a while.
Everyone who's watching
In my
is just
BMW,
like,
just
what
like-
the fuck just happened? That's one. That's fine. I get 5.
Oh, wait, we might have to cut that part
No,
out.
no,
People know what I'm jamming
no,
out to
no.
SPM.
No. I just admitted
Now I'm
it
gonna have
too.
to Google it.
Yeah.
Or him.
Oh my God.
Them.
Oh my God.
So
it's-
it's almost like you guys is like Mac 10. Mac
Oh,
Dre.
okay.
No.
Is it like rap?
Oh yeah,
it's
Too Short.
Chicano rap.
It's Chicano rap.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna check
So
it out.
it's like our version. It's like instead of saying, you might want to edit this out. Instead of saying like them hoes, you're like esa jaina.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
No, you don't have to edit that out. You know?
That's funny.
Yeah. So I mean, Chicano culture, Chicano rap's huge. Like,
It is.
when you grow up in the hood, I was a straight A student, just like banging out, like, yeah.
So you said you're from San Diego?
No, I'm from East LA.
Oh, see,
okay.
I dreamed about being in Blood In, Blood Out. I'm like,
So-
oh my God, I love that movie.
Okay, you haven't researched me, and
No.
I'm a little offended. That's it. We're gonna cut this podcast now.
Right.
You didn't do your homework. So we did a whole video
Uh-huh.
because my house comes out in Blood In, Blood Out.
Oh, wow.
No way.
3 houses away from El Pino.
Oh my God.
So we went to El Pino.
Maybe she
we
did.
filmed
That's why she said
content.
it.
Well, maybe it's too late. She admitted it. You could have stayed quiet. I would have been like, wow, they know everything about me. Yeah, so three houses away from El Pino. Like we went, we took my nephew up. We filmed some content up there.
Wow.
Like it was
so amazing.
it was a whole thing up there.
So cool.
Honestly though, like not that crazy.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Like-
I think people, when they're not from California, they fantasize California being this big ol' either glamorous Hollywood
Mhm.
or they're in Crenshaw
Right.
looking at the games,
Right.
Compton area. I mean,
Right.
you just get these.
No, there is like some hood shit. Like if you're in it,
Yeah.
like when we were in high school, like the amount of like my best friend, we were cruising down it was I can't think Canal Street over in City Terrace. It's Sentinel Hood. And he sticks his head out the window because he's gonna bang on somebody. And he goes like this, and you just hear pop, pop, pop.
Oh my
And I'm in the
God.
car behind him, and I see one of my best friends just get shot in the arm.
Oh wow.
And I wish I was in the car because I heard he started crying. And this is how like gangster we were. Like we go to the hospital, we drop him off.
No.
And then it's,
God.
like I jumped out of the car because this is my best bud. He used to sleep on my floor. It's a
Aw.
whole story. I didn't even know he was living with me for like a year.
Like he would just sleep it on your
I just
floor.
thought he was staying over.
Aw.
But like, cause he wouldn't shower at my house, I just figured he just like spending the night.
Yeah.
Anyways, like he's like crying and we're making fun of him, and it's just like that was the hood though.
That's wild. Yeah. Similar stories in New Mexico. The only funny part is my grandfather is formerly a state senator as well.
Okay.
So I got to grow up.
Oh, so you were
Both
bougie.
sides,
Yes.
right?
You were like
I was bougie with tattoos.
you were wearing juicy pants with like a couture bag.
Yes.
Oh yeah, she keeps a
Exactly.
couture bag. Now that's
Wait, is that the same brand?
well,
Yeah,
just
just a
couture,
couture.
but I
Yeah.
meant couture in a way of like designer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Yeah.
Yeah, so I definitely grew up on that side as well. My grandfather was in being a senator and in politics for a good long time.
Jesus.
She's 20 years at least, maybe more. Before that, he was a prosecutor
Oh.
for the state of
Oh,
New
God
Mexico,
damn.
and then
That's too.
yeah, he came from law on up to politics, and so I got to see that side and just knew that real estate was gonna be my way of
Like getting out.
getting out and getting for my grandfather to be happy.
Okay.
You know, I
Yeah.
had my son young.
Oh,
I had him at 16.
Okay.
I had him at 16.
All right.
Pregnant at 15.
Okay. Now you may have
And-
skipped sex education, but that's okay.
Oh, my God. You know, he told me, he's like, you. And I was like, I know. But, you know, when you're in that Hispanic culture, I just thought,
You're like, hey, I
I
started
can
late.
do this.
Mm-hmm. It started late.
Yeah. I was like, I can do this. I can take care of my son. We're good. And, you know, he's been a blessing. He's with
Yeah.
me. And now we're just rising and growing and glowing. And
That's
I love
it.
that.
my grandfather's happy with me. And he's,
Yeah.
yeah,
So, sounds like he's
awesome.
your motivation. Like you're doing a lot of this for him.
it is.
That gives
Okay.
me
Him and my
chills.
son.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
and my
that's
son.
amazing.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
You're like, I'm passing my dad. I'm going to the senator. Grandpa goes. Okay, so
Yeah.
she was related to Walter White. I'm from East LA. Let's go. What's your story?
Well, I'm from Southeast San Diego.
Okay.
Southeast, like skyline. I'm not sure if you're familiar. That's why I asked you about San Diego. But with that said, my mom joined the military, so I was not always in that life. I was able to live in Alaska, Georgia. So I was able to get cultured in a
Okay.
sense of learning a lot about different people. And from there, I went to school. I was a cheerleader, did the
Oh.
collegiate cheerleading thing for a while.
Let's go.
Yeah, and then
Where'd you go to
decided
university?
San Jose State.
San Jose State.
Yes,
Okay.
San Jose State. So I was up north, then decided I'm going to get my real estate license, and I got it pretty much fresh out of college.
Okay.
I already told you I was 40, so yeah, you could do the do the math. And from then, it's really just been a thing of understanding that you have to have money to get into this business, or at least somebody you know that has money, you know. And that was
Yeah.
always like my barrier of entry for a long time. Finally broke through that, and I'm like, I'm committing to this. I am dedicating myself to this career. So that has really been the vast of my adulthood, is just learning, growing in this industry, and yeah, just learning how to be an entrepreneur and be a beast, because you have to be a beast. I
Yeah.
came in this industry and I was a sweet girl. Oh, love. And I still love, but you have to still be a beast.
Yeah. I think the hardest thing for people to be committed to this industry is they got to see it as an actual job.
Right.
Like they see it as a hobby. Or yesterday I was talking to a loan officer and I forgot what they were complaining about. Oh, that was good. I didn't use the B word. They were. I'm seriously trying so hard not to cuss. Like one of the big brokers out here was like, "I love you, Tony, but I can never have you because you cuss so much."
No.
I was like, "Well, look at where I'm at."
Man.
Anyways, so I was just telling this guy like the only way to succeed in this, because you get so busy, is that your job is your lifestyle and your life is your job. Like
Mm-hmm.
if you have to have two separate phones, if you have to have
And I do.
off hours,
Right.
like you're not going to be successful. Like you have to change your mindset to say, this is just who I am. This is just what I do. And if you're going to
Right.
be with me, like if you're going to be my partner, or you're going to be like, even my daughter, my daughter's a whole different story. She still doesn't get it. But like, if you're going to be a person that goes out with me and you're my friend, you just got to know, like, I'm on my phone all the time.
Right.
Like, I'm sorry. This is my life.
Mhm.
It is.
And that's just how it is. And we're gonna take calls at 7. We're gonna take calls at 8. That's about the time I stop taking phone calls. But there's times at 4 a.m. I'm jumping in my computer. And if you can wrap your head around like I'm always working, but I'm never working, then
Right.
it makes it easier to succeed in this industry.
Absolutely.
I do want to challenge one thing you said.
What's that?
You said that it takes money to get into this industry.
I think so. Absolutely.
I battle that.
How so? I mean, look, you have your
It takes
NMLS
effort.
dues, you have all that. So I'm saying on the front end, a lot of people get in and they don't realize, oh, I have to pay at least $1,000 to get started.
It's about 2 days of driving. This is about 3 days of driving for Uber.
Yeah, that's where the effort comes in.
Yeah.
And I guess a lot of people, and I can't speak for everyone, I don't know everyone in the world,
Yeah.
but people don't realize the front end amount that you're gonna have to put in. Or where you go to a brokerage and they are charging you hundreds of dollars a month to join. So that's more where I mean the barrier of entry for money, marketing,
Yeah.
all of those things, clothes. So I don't want to say like, oh, you have to be rich, but yes, you do have to have money up front to invest in yourself.
I think that's a good point. You do need to have some capital, but you can go get the capital.
Tell us.
can go
I
get
would
it.
love to hear for people listening that may want to get into the industry.
Like I drove for Uber from 5 a.m. to 8 a.m. Then I would go to the bank, and then I would set my destination home when I would leave the bank. 'Cause I started my career in Seattle, and I didn't know a single soul. I was a commissioned employee. I had 3 suits from the Hollywood suit outlet that I bought for $100,
Wow.
and I knew nobody. So there's no harder start than that. And I was at a bank that didn't do any government loans. All we did was like jumbo.
Right.
So I had no idea what a mortgage was. And the only way I became successful was Ghana's. Like I was going to succeed. I was like, I've seen these dudes making a ton of money, and they're in their 60s, and there's no way they're going to outwork me. So I outworked them. I worked from 5 to 8 in Uber. That paid for parking at the Russell Investment Center. That was $27 for the day.
Wow.
Worked an 8-hour shift on the phones nonstop, calling and asking people like, how do you do mortgage insurance? What is title? What is escrow? Like calling real estate agents like, you know, what do you do? Calling other lenders like, hey, what is your job like? Just learning. And it took me 6 months to get my first escrow, and the way I was paying for everything was driving for Uber. I was cleaning boats in Seattle at night, while during the daytime I wore a suit. So if you have the hustle and the wherewithal to say, there's no goddamn way I'm not going to succeed.
Yeah. Absolutely.
There's no stopping you.
I get that.
But like in today's era, I feel like everyone's just so used to a hand-me-down. Yeah. And we're in the participation trophy era where like the kids are just like, and the people coming in may be like, I want this now. Like, no, you gotta go through the
That's
ringer.
the part. That is exactly. So thank you for elaborating on that. That's exactly what I mean.
Like I see some of my kids right now and I'm like, okay, did you do an open house this weekend? No. Well, that's why I have no escrows. Well, where were you? Like, was that family barbecue worth it? Because that probably cost you 10 racks.
Yep.
Right?
Right. Absolutely.
So, I don't know. I think it's just effort nowadays.
It is.
It's effort.
That makes it
effort.
Successful.
Yeah. And like you said, you were still hustling to be able to afford to put that hustle in real estate. So, yeah, that's huge right now. Just knowing how to hustle to get where you want to be.
I think you girls are set up in a very unique spot. Like, first off, we're in the era of the female empowerment.
Yes, girl power.
Girl power. And you said you're starting a ladies team.
It is a full ladies.
Full ladies team. Yeah. I'm a little offended.
It's just a dynamic.
I'm gonna have to identify as a woman the third day.
You could be a partner.
I got the rosy cheeks.
We don't discriminate.
I don't even need the blush. No,
right.
No, I want to empower you, right? Like we want to empower you to be able to build out your vision, because that's what matters, is like building it out the way you see it, because that motivates you more. So let's go back to like you graduated from university, you got into real estate. So you've been doing it for almost 2 decades.
Almost. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
What have been some of the trials and tribulations you've experienced through it?
Wow. My first listing, it was actually my first deal was a listing.
Okay.
Shout out to Janet. I would say it was just a matter of having the right mentor. I got on a team that actually did not have a specific team here in California. They were stationed in another state. And she did come to the listing appointment with me. She happened to be in town. Great timing. took more than half of my commission.
Yeah.
So those things are, those things are rough because, you're excited, you want to make that money, you're working hard, and then someone just comes snatchies,
It's fine.
Just kidding. Thank you.
Yep.
Yeah. So, just having to put in a lot of effort and making less than people that didn't put in as much effort was always something that was kind of one of those things for me. And just when I joined the teams,
You're really ingrained in the team culture.
I am actually, I did go single for a while, and I did pretty good when I was single. I was outdoor knocking, I was hustling. That's when I was in San Diego, and my grandmother's neighborhood, she's super cemented into that neighborhood. So I was able to knock doors there and get a lot of business that way. So I have gone on my own before, but I do feel like the team is beneficial for collaboration, for,
100%.
Having someone there to, bounce ideas off of, to encourage each other.
I'll be there.
Yeah,
if I have to pick up her stuff, I'll do that.
Yeah. So I do find the team structure to be beneficial for me.
I love it. And you have your right hand.
Exactly. This is my right hand girl.
Yeah, that's what it takes to build.
Yeah.
It takes that one person who you can just entrust and be
Yeah.
You're my everything that I cannot get to.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's so important. What's your personal life like?
Personal lives. So I have a boyfriend of 6 years. My
Nice.
son.
Put a ring on it already. What
That's
are we doing?
what I'm telling him.
What are we doing?
He just got me a BMW, so it can't be too harsh.
No,
I guess it can't be too
hey,
harsh.
if he wants a sugar baby, I may be open.
I'll let him know. No, but he's been with me through it all too. Before this, I was working at a bar in Orange County.
Okay.
And working late nights. And finally, he's like, I'll support you as you do real estate. So I got to get into real estate because of that. My son, he's there at home. He goes to Marietta Mesa High School. Okay. Loves it. Has a girlfriend now, which my emotions are up and down with that because I pretty much grew up with the kid. So, I mean, for me to think about him going on and moving on is kind of hard sometimes.
And he's at about the age where you got pregnant with him.
Yes.
Right.
He is.
Holy.
He is. Yeah. And that's where intense. I'm like, it is intense. It's, and I have to keep it together as a mother to not show him.
Open, dude.
I don't want to smother him, right? Yeah. I don't want to be motherly, don't ever leave the nest, even though I do feel that way sometimes.
Yeah.
But he's doing his own thing. I have 2 pets that I love, a pug and a hairless cat.
Okay.
They're awesome. And I'm pretty much a homebody. I do like to go out to the wineries or pachanga. Always fun.
I'm there tonight.
Go out to Vegas.
Right.
I love casinos.
Okay.
And that's about it, really.
Putting that BMW on the line?
Can that be? Yeah. So that's once they open up those poker tables, man.
Oh, poker.
Are they not open yet?
I don't think they're open yet. I haven't been lately. It's been a good 2-3 months since I've been to pachanga.
I'll know tonight.
Are you going? You said you were going, huh?
Yeah, I got my regional showing up in about an hour to yell at me for me being way too vulgar for being a banker. I just get every other day, I get a screenshot from compliance.
Oh my gosh.
And I'm like, my bad.
I love rebels.
Yeah. I text the CEO. I'm like, can you tell him to stop? And he's like, he's like, okay. His son-in-law works for me.
Oh, cool.
I have, okay, so two pets, son,
boyfriend, and then
I was gonna say sugar daddy, but that would be offensive.
I don't know. Yeah.
You know what I just learned? I just learned that guys pay to go on dates.
They do. It's crazy.
I was like, the fuck?
Yeah.
Damn it, that's 3. That's 3.
At least you're keeping count.
Yeah.
Hey.
My friend was telling me, I was like, what are you doing this week? And she's like, oh, I'm going out with some guy. And I go, okay. And I was like, yeah, that's cool. And she goes, yeah, I'm charging him $450. We're going to go to dinner. I was like, for dinner? I was well, what else are you doing with them? And she's like, that's it. Dinner. Anything else, there's a premium. I was like,
it's worse in OC.
It's worse in the OC?
It's worse in OC.
Yeah.
It's way worse in the Orange County.
That's so crazy. I can't believe guys do that.
We're like, not me.
I was like, I'm about to start a school and educate these guys on how to do it for free. No Tinder needed, bro.
I know.
I was like, listen, you just get on the phones.
Right. Seriously.
Okay. What's your personal life like?
I am married.
Okay.
I've
Congrats.
been with my husband 20 years, but we've only been married 4, going on 5.
Oh,
I have 2 dogs.
2 dogs.
Yep.
Okay.
And no kids.
Congratulations.
It was just one of those things I never felt ready, but everyone tells me you're never going to be ready. It's never going to be, you know? So we'll see. I might be one of those old mamas like Janet Jackson or something.
Hey, that's all good. That's a perfect time to like have a kid. I think like either do it when you're really young or like in your 40s. Like I have a 2-year-old monster.
Aw.
And like, I'm like, man, you could have waited 8 years. You know, like kids are amazing. Yeah. Like I'll tell you what, opening the door and like hearing daddy's home.
I know.
Woo,
that has to be amazing.
There's not a clear to close email that comes even close to that.
Right.
They're just so uplifting. They're just so uplifting. Or like there's moments where you're like on the couch and they're just like just melting into your arm and your arm's asleep and you're like, it's all good. Like you're just here with your little face.
Yeah. And I've heard that you really don't know what love is until you have kids. I can't speak on that. That's just a, saying that I always hear.
I don't know. Like you were with somebody for 15 years with no ring on it. Like
true, but that was me. That was me. Like I just wasn't ready.
Oh, that was you.
Yeah, I wasn't ready to commit at the time. And then when I was ready, I was like, it's time.
What was the transition? What was the point where you looked at him and go, all right, this is the last dude I'm gonna sleep with for the rest of my life?
Well, he left for Japan.
Uh-oh.
He was gone for 2 years.
He's
That'll be a
military.
reality check. He is. He's Marines. He's out now.
Hoorah.
But reality check. Exactly. Are you?
No, I can't say that.
Okay. So, reality check. Like realizing what life would be like without him made me realize that it was time to really commit to that. And so I did.
So he gets back and you're at French Valley Airport like, hey, what's up, dude?
Marry me, please.
Yeah.
I didn't ask him, though. He asked me. But yeah, just...
Now, did you go like past by K Jewelers and were like, that ring would be great on me?
Yeah, actually it was Jared, I think. But
okay,
but yeah.
You're like subtle, but not so subtle. Did he get you the ring you wanted?
He did.
What a gentleman.
Yeah, he did. But now it's almost time for an upgrade.
It's almost time?
Yeah.
Let's see it.
No, I didn't clean it. And my nails aren't done.
Just want to look at it.
And my nails aren't done. But I wanted this simple, but now it's going to be time for a big old rock. So,
okay.
Yeah.
You're like, dude, we're going to be on national television.
Yeah, I need a big old.
I need people to know I'm taking.
Exactly.
That's for your benefit.
Yeah. There we go.
He'll take it.
Yeah.
Every guy wants to make his girl feel special.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I was the girl, like, I want a house, I want this, so don't spend all that money. Where, my big goal was to buy a home. And so we did that, and now it's time for everything else.
Okay. So kids are on the...
Kids are on the way.
On the way.
One day.
One day. They're coming soon.
One day.
Okay. Congratulations ahead of time.
Thank you.
Make sure you register somewhere good. I was texting do you guys know what King Taco is?
No.
Oh, it's a Mexican taco place. Anyway, she's super pregnant and I'm such a dick. I text her, I go, where are you going to register? King Taco? She was not the happiest with me. I was like, put your hormones on check. Oh, no, it's awesome. The kid thing is interesting. It does give you like a different perspective for work.
Right.
But if you have a daughter like mine, like my daughter makes me put my phone away. That's the only human in the world that can go, if I'm going to wrestle with her, she goes, Daddy, put it away.
Aww.
And I'm just like, God damn it. Okay.
She's so smart. She knows what she wants already. I love that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, when it's dad time, it's daddy's attention. If we get in the car, he goes, Daddy, my phone.
Aww.
I can't watch YouTube now. She doesn't watch me. 16, no kids. You know what I just heard? You got a free babysitter.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Right. That's a good point.
Yeah. You better get on it before he goes to college.
Right. I have a couple more years, right?
Yeah. That's the hardest times is the first couple of years.
Right.
Awesome. So like how do you feel like your life has integrated to your career now?
As you mentioned, it's kind of one and the same. Obviously, you have to have time for just yourself and your family, but always working, always figuring out what can I do, adding to my CRM, doing ads, training, doing one-on-one. So my life is my business in a sense of building and growing something from scratch, and you have to put everything into it at that point.
I love it. Follow up, boss?
We have KV Core.
KV Core.
Yeah, but I like Follow Up Boss as well. If our brokerage didn't offer
You're all in the EXP
KV
system.
Core, pretty much.
Mhm.
Yeah, pretty much. Really baked in.
I like KV Core. Follow Up Boss is the best CRM. in my opinion.
I do like it, but yeah, since KV Core is provided to us, it's a great, great thing to use, great tool.
So, and then you're doing the Google ads yourself?
Yeah, I
Trying
am.
to
I
figure it
am.
out. Google's a monster.
It is, but it's actually, I launched it not too long ago. I've already gotten a few seller leads.
Okay.
So I'm learning, and that's just on base level of me just trying to figure it out. So once I really master it, it's going to be a wrap.
unstoppable.
Yeah.
My coach was like, "What are you doing, dude? Get on Google.
Mm-hmm.
Get out of this. Get out of these big pay to plays.
Yes.
Just get on Google,
Mm-hmm.
and then you'll be fine."
Yep.
And then we did a bunch of Instagram and Facebook leads, and those are okay.
Are they?
A lot of the video leads are definitely way better than just like the carousel leads.
Right.
But I guess our leads are different on the lender side than what you
A
were
little
posting.
bit. Yeah.
We're posting more like products
Mhm.
versus you're posting more like, look at these beautiful homes.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
There's such a like open space for like this new gen of like how you're gonna market.
Exactly.
And like it's not that difficult to market for yourself. I love what you're doing with Google, Facebook, everything. Well, I don't know if you do Facebook, but
Yeah, Facebook as well.
Google
Yeah.
leads is where it's
Yeah.
at.
Yeah.
Right? You're gonna
Google.
search for anything, you're just like, dude,
Exactly.
realtor near me.
Exactly. And yep, I'm learning all of those little tricks and techniques. So
Yeah.
it's fun.
We spent a couple hours like building out the Google ad copies the other day.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just like, oh man, it's
Yeah.
really this easy.
Right. Yeah, because people call you and want to charge thousands of dollars.
Yeah.
I finally plugged in, like, let me figure this out.
I had a dude in India quote me like $3,500 just to manage my Facebook integration with Google and
Mhm.
CRM.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, dude, what are you trying to do over there?
Right.
I was like, you guys get paid
Right.
$6 an hour on Upwork. Like,
Right.
you're not gonna screw me like that.
There's that. And the funny thing is, I feel like as realtors, and I don't know if it's as a lender as well, so many people are pitching to you, calling you nonstop. I didn't realize that when I first started, that
Oh yeah.
you're one of a huge target market
Yeah.
for so many people.
But they all do the same thing. It's
They do.
all the same funnel.
Right.
I think for the realtors, it's all an IDX website that they boost
Mm-hmm.
with a couple leads that then drop into Follow Up Boss
Yep.
or Ryan Desk or any of those CRMs.
Yep.
Boomtown I just got.
Oh, yeah.
And Boomtown's
Boomtown.
nice too.
Boomtown's
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
I still argue nothing's better than Follow Up Boss. But
I do like it. I've used it before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and then that's it. And that's like the whole funnel. And then it's a workflow campaign. Like how good
Mhm.
are your workflows?
Right.
Are you calling on the leads as they drop, or do you have any automation set up?
Well, we have automation. Actually, on my Facebook, I have a bot that I
Yeah.
have put in there. So as soon as they come through, my bot is already responding to them, or our bot
Our
for the
bot.
team. Yeah. So that's something that we're implementing and really trying to learn
Is-
AI. and
Is
things
your
of that
bot
nature.
continuing the conversation?
Yes, they continue it and at least get their name, phone number. It's pretty neat. It
Yeah.
asks tons of questions. Now, I didn't create the bot. I purchased the
Yeah.
bot, but it's really good because then now it funnels right into our CRM after it asks them a few qualifying questions.
Yeah, that's incredible.
Yeah.
There's a CRM called Chime,
Heard of that too.
and
Yeah.
they have Raya. Yeah, it's called.
Oh yeah, they do. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's not what we're using. It's from a independent, lady empowerment. So I'm in this group called Ladies of Real Estate. So they
Okay.
have their boss bot. And so it's like a bot with their brand,
Oh, I
which is
love
pretty neat. Yeah. So I wanted to support them and yeah, it's working.
it. Yeah.
And then they help put the ads together for Facebook where it correlates with what the bot's saying. So yeah, it's cool.
That's incredible. AI is scary. Have you guys seen the Chat GDP stuff?
I'm always on there. Don't even play. I love it.
Oh,
I'm
really?
a little geek when it comes to that kind of stuff.
Oh,
So
I
yeah,
love
I'm
that.
like having my Chat GPT write me up all kinds of things.
Oh,
It's
Are they
nice.
creating your ad copies?
Something like that. Working on doing that, and then trying to see about coding. I would love to do my own bot eventually with the coding from Chat GPT. But I don't want to say too much. I don't want to. Yeah, but
Yeah, you don't
That's what
seem
I'm
like
working
a
on.
jockey.
that's what
tell
I'm
you
working
what,
on.
there ain't no other realtor that's talking about that.
I'm trying to be on, the front end of things.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that's incredible.
Mm,
Like,
thanks.
I work with a lot of people, and it's just like there's so many antiquated methods. Like the William I was just bringing, I was like, I took him to a Todd Duncan event, and Todd Duncan, God bless his soul, is like 70. And we're looking in the audience, and I go, look, everyone lost their hair like I did. I was like, you're in your early 20s, bro. Like, in 10 years, it's going to be you, myself, and like whatever young kids I hire. Outside of that, this industry is due for a change.
Yeah. Yeah. And so that's the thing. Having younger people, you know, she's 10 years younger, and the younger the better. You know, not to say anything about older people. I'm 40 almost. So it's just, I want to be able to know what the market is going to do and be able to respond to those people and put our faces in front of those people, because they're going to be the ones that are going to be buying soon, you know? So, yeah.
What are some of the ways that we can help you with like growing your team and growing your business?
Well, the team, I think we're solid for it. We want to really just grow within us, because everyone on my team, I want to cultivate to being a leader, right? So when I'm out doing speeches and motivational things, which is one of my goals, I have see you on stage. I'll have, you know, my beast of leaders running a team. So at that point, then I will start recruiting. But as far as help, being here right now, very grateful for this opportunity.
Very grateful.
Yeah. So thank you.
Have you ever read Extreme Ownership, Jocko Wilkins?
I haven't. I'll check it out.
There's a portion of it where he talks about decentralized command. And since your hobby's a Marine, it'll resonate. That's exactly what he was talking about, having your like core group of leaders that then you can empower them to run like their own division. Right?
Exactly.
And so it's like you're running it, but through them.
Right.
The only thing you're doing is checking in with your core 5.
Right. Yeah. So I'm building my core right now.
Yeah. That's incredible. That's the right way to do it.
Thank you. I'm glad to hear I'm doing a little bit right. You know, I mean, and I feel like I'm doing a lot right. It's just going to take time. It's the patience.
Yeah.
And really being under teams and under other people's names and not really branding myself for so long, and now having to not only brand myself, but a team and everyone, and, you know, make sure that they eat and make sure that they are learning and growing in their dreams, you know, so there's a lot.
Pressure's heavy.
Yeah, it is.
But you got it.
But I'm grateful for the pressure. Yeah.
There's nothing better. There's nothing better than seeing them come to their own and like.
Yeah.
Sorry, I don't mean to address it.
No, I'm gonna cry.
Like,
you know, just
like seeing them come to their own, and you're like, wow, you got your first one. Wow, you got your second. And then it's like, oh my God, you have a pipeline.
Yes.
And you're like, oh, are you about to outproduce me? Let me try to get on the phones.
You're right. Seriously.
I better get on the phones.
Seriously.
And I'll hustle you real quick.
Yeah, exactly. So a lot of my hustle is just trying to get them the experience right now, and then I will refocus on. I mean, I'm doing the deals with them, you know, but once they're where they can be, then I can really just.
How many people do you have right now?
There's 3, and then with me it's 4.
4?
Yeah.
That's a perfect size.
Yeah.
You get all of you doing 2-3 transactions a month, you all going to Sizzler.
There we go.
Yeah.
Our goal is a little more than that, but we have a teacher. She's retiring though.
Okay.
She's dual licensed already. She is incredible. Her name is Cheryl Zablo. So she's full time, but she's doing her thing. Now she's in Michigan and California. Yeah, so I have a lot of, and then Jessica, she is doing her thing. Her grandfather is actually selling a home, so she has that referral out there in New Mexico. Okay. She's working with.
If you guys are looking for a ranch.
Yeah, anyone looking for a ranch in New Mexico, call her. And so then she's showing a lot of multi-million-dollar homes. We help everyone, you know, but I know that she does have a dream of going into luxury real estate. So to see her really step into that arena is really awesome to watch.
Yeah, I don't think you have much competition in there.
Right.
I work with like the 2 girls that you were at.
I think there's 2 girls. Yeah.
Those girls.
Oh yeah, and I'll be right there with her.
They're killing it.
Yeah.
Yep, they are. They are.
Get after it. Like,
yeah.
No one can tell you no, right? Like, and like given where you come from and like what you've been through, like there's no fear.
Yeah,
exactly. There's no fear of going in, and they're no different.
Exactly.
Like the multi-million-dollar clients are easier to manage than like, you know, your $300,000 FHA looking for a manufactured home in Hammett.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
You get a $3 million deal, and you're just like, what? How did it go so smooth?
Mm-hmm. Right.
But I think most people, like, they're just scared. They're just scared.
Intimidated. Yeah. Super intimidated. Yeah. So to kind of hone in on that with her, another dream, get out to LA and bring people out here rather, but really get into that Hollywood scene and start, you know, helping people out there. But we're happy to help everyday people as well. You know, anybody, you know, it's just about being of service.
You're gonna get great content. Just do like a couple of days out there shooting content.
Right, seriously.
That'll get
Oh my
you
gosh.
deals for like a whole month and a half,
Yep.
2 months.
Yep.
Just tour a bunch of the luxury open houses
Mhm.
and get your name out there.
Yeah, we need to do
geo-target
that.
those areas.
I would love to
Yeah.
do that.
I would
We gotta
choose
do
to
that.
do
Yeah,
that.
good idea. Good idea. We'll have to do that.
I'm gonna help Eric Letts start hopefully we're gonna help Eric start a whole brokerage in Beverly Hills
Whoa.
Oh, wow.
because he's trying to break in over there. And
Very
he's got a
nice.
whole like long-term plan to get after it,
Nice.
which is wild. But he's the mayor of Pico Rivera, no doubt he's gonna do it.
Yeah.
Well, girls, we're coming to an end here. Is there anything else that you need from us? Like, what is it? Ultimately, what is the final vision for you as you go forward? Like, if you had a wave a wand, and in 5 years from now, your life is exactly how you want it. What does that look like?
A team of 20 plus agents, top producing team, but a team that's full of transparency
Top producing in where?
in California.
In California.
And then eventually
nation.
the nation.
Okay.
And like I said, full of transparency, full of ethics. I don't want to lose sight of any of that in growth. So just being somewhere where people can come and be leaders. I don't want followers. Granted, you have to follow to know how to lead, and a great leader knows that. So
I love that.
really just having a team that's going to be a force to be reckoned with, and maybe even a household name.
I love that.
And our show up and running.
Yeah, well, our show will be definitely running
Yeah,
by
I was
then.
like,
Yeah,
our show will be up and running and doing
Oh,
great.
that's
And
pretty
on
awesome.
and that's
HGTV.
part of the strategy. You know, the
Mhm.
team, the show.
That's really separating
Well,
yourself from everything.
Yeah,
is.
just we
Yeah.
want to be different, and everyone is doing X, Y, and Z. So how can we do something
Is the
different?
show going to be on YouTube, or are you going to?
YouTube, yes. Thinking about Netflix, but
Wow.
obviously you have to have connections. But that's something I could talk about maybe at a later time once I
Okay.
have connected. But I am working on that.
Okay.
But we're fine with YouTube. If it ends up just being on YouTube, that's still an amazing channel, and
Get
it's
your
still
show on Netflix. That's incredible.
yeah, and that's just a goal. But again, YouTube can be a start. We'll see.
Girls, this was incredible.
Thank you for your time.
Wow.
Absolutely,
This was
incredible.
fantastic. Let's shoot some reels now.
Okay,
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
All right.